What's up, everybody? It's Mods Cage Radio. Like I said, we're out at Kid Dynamite's MMA poker tournament where we had the Fallen Angel, we had the Rhino, the Apache Kid, Cole Escovedo was in the building. I saw Brandon Cash. And then I said, oh, snap, it's DC, Darren Crisp. I never met him before. I was like, oh, snap. And if you guys remember last week, this is the guy I didn't have time to bring you all the action. DC, what is up? What's going on?
What's going on? Nothing, just relaxing at the poker tournament we had here tonight. You know, representing the fighters. You know, if you were not a fighter, you had the opportunity to take out a fighter, knock out a fighter. And most of us fighters actually got knocked out pretty quick, so we had to do some signings and some good stuff. It was actually a good poker tournament. But besides that, last week was some BS, to be honest with you. Okay. You know, I took a fight on short notice. You know, as us fighters do, we do take fights on short notice sometimes. That's part of the game. But besides that, Gabe, good job. But I will get that fight back at the same time. I'm just getting ready for my next one, man. That's about it. And just enjoying the time that I have off right now.
All right, now you're fighting out of Vice. You're down. You're one of the Rhinos, homies.
Yeah.
Where do you train?
We train locally, Visalia, 3 weeks out at Elite Mixed Martial Arts in Visalia, California. And then when we get ready for the big fights, we go down to Huntington Beach with Rafael Cordera's Fight Center and Clever Luciano Jiu-Jitsu. And then now that we're cross-training with Vanderlei's fight team, WAN fight team in Vegas. So it's like, you know, opportunities came in Horizon and we jumped on it real quick, and God works in mysterious ways, and we're just rolling with it, man. That's where we train at. We trying to travel and train, man. Try to get my boy Angel to come fuck with us, you know what I mean? Because, excuse my language, if I can cuss. Because he's a traveling fighter of all traveling fighters. He will travel everywhere to train with whoever, but it's like at the same time he needs a base. You know what I'm saying? He's a very talented guy, as both of us. When I first started fighting, he was basically the dude that basically got me fighting. So it's like him and Doug, you know. So now it's like, you know, I got a record that's decent, you know, I'm decent, taking fights that I shouldn't be taking. But I take him because I like to fight. Fuck it. Just bring it. One thing I can say, though, is like there's nobody around here that will stand and bang with me. I want somebody that will stand and bang with me in the Central Valley. You bring one fighter that will stand and bang with me, I'll pay them half my purse after I beat them. Plain and simple.
Wow. All right. Now, I ask all the fighters this same question. You probably heard me ask the Angel. PFC, 3 minutes. Most of the other organizations, 5 minutes.
To me, it's a touchy subject because it's like you get a grappler in there or a wrestler, they'll hold you down. Ropes, hard to get up off of, to be honest with you. You get a cage, wall walking guys like me and Angel, we will walk all the way back up and beat your ass. But at the same time, it's like 3-minute rounds is just, we're used to training for 5 minutes. You know, everywhere I go to train or when I do go train, it's like we're not training 3-minute rounds. It's not a boxing match. We don't have 12 rounds. We can't sit there and outpoint you. You know what I mean? The only way I can outpoint you if I'm a wrestler. I can outpoint you by holding you down, doing little tip-tats, punches here and there, and making it a boring fight. And it's like, to me, where I come from, we don't want to see a boring fight. You know what I'm saying? We want to see some chunkums. We want to see full throwing from the shoulders and representing. You know what I mean? And it's like, why am I going to sit there? I mean, some guys, like a wrestler, would tell you, well, this is the way I was taught to fight. Okay, I understand that. Plain and simple. Okay, well, then get up and ground and pound the shit out of me then. Don't sit there and hold me down and go tick for tat, you know, and draw out the decision because you know you got 3 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like, especially around the valley, there's a lot of good wrestlers. I'm not taking anything from them, but they don't know how to fight, to be honest with you. They don't really know how to fight. They know one thing, and that is hold somebody down and pin them. To me, it's where I come from. I'm not trying to say that, you know, some hood or anything like that. It's just that where I come from, it's like we like to bang, we like to put on a show. Let's make some fucking money and let's put on a show. And you wonder why some of the shows are dwindling in the valley right now is because they're having all these wrestlers. Like, look at the PFC this last fucking fight. There's barely anybody there. You know, they say they sell out all these fights. The last time I fought out there outside, it was sold out. This fight, I was walking out there and I'm like, man, that shit ain't even filled up. They didn't promote it right, and everybody else on the card was a wrestler. Besides the strikers that were fighting the wrestlers and the grapplers. You know, it's like I'm not taking anything from that. I love grappling jiu-jitsu, the whole thing. But the 3-minute rounds need to be changed. Plain and simple. So the fact is, let's see some good fights. Or even have the matchmakers put on some good fights instead of having a grappler versus a striker. The whole ritual thing, who's going to win? Well, we all know who's going to win. It's going to be a guy holding somebody down, or me throwing a knee and catching somebody, or somebody throwing a punch and catching somebody. It's the chance of it's a 50-50 thing. But at the same time, for the 3-minute rounds, I think it needs to be changed. PFC is great. I love the organization, but let's give the guys a little bit more time to warm up. You know, just to give the little guys a little bit more time to warm up. That's my thing. About 3 and 3 minute rounds.
Okay. What's up next for you?
Next for me is Pure Combat. I got called 3 days ago about a guy. Really don't want to put his name out there. He is undefeated. I gave him that, but all the guys he's fought were 0-4, 1-3. He's probably been fighting for the last 2 years, but I've been fighting for 6. And I think he thinks he's gonna take me down and beat me up like my last fight happened. You know, I got choked, whatever. But he has something coming to him. I'm gonna have preparation for this fight. You know, his name is Joe Morales. He's out of Exeter, California. He trains at Samurai Dojo. I did beat his jiu-jitsu coach pretty bad, pretty impressive. Flying knees all day, you know, and I have the same concept with this guy. Is basically go out there and just beat him up. He's a very confident guy. But before that, I'm trying to get a fight before that too. You know, I got 2 kids to feed. To my shouts out to my little girls, Marley and Nevaeh, and my beautiful girlfriend Amber. Love ya. We're watching this on MySpace later, baby.
All right, Darren DC Chris. Now, there's a lot of politics going on. I talked to a lot of the fighters about this. Are there any fighters out there ducking you? Are there any fighters that, hey, you want to see you guys throw?
There's a lot of fighters out there I want to fight actually locally, but when I want to fight them, it's the concept of are they going to fight? That's my thing. I really don't have in particular who I want to fight and who I want to beat up. I've already cleared one name up that I wanted to beat up for a while. Hadn't let. That's plain and simple. But there's a couple guys out there, you know, I can't really particularly say because it's like either one I'd fight in a heartbeat, you know. But no, not really. Politics are politics, you know. The matchmakers know what they're doing. When they know a guy's one-dimensional, another guy's one-dimensional, they're going to make sure the guy they know that's going to bring in 5 people, but for some reason he has a name, you know, a little bit long-term wise compared to what I have. It's like, you know, they'll build him up because he's a wrestler and he has the credentials of being a Fresno State wrestler or even being a, you know, college wrestler, NCAA double one, but as coming from a kid that's from the street basically. You know, it's like, who are they going to promote more? But when I sell tickets, over 200-300 tickets everywhere I fight, it's like, you know, but I really don't have a particular fighter that I want to call out. I'll fight anybody anytime, as long as they can stand and bang and put on a show. We can go to the ground too, but it's like, let's fight, man. Let's stop holding and doing all this kissing and hugging and shit. You know, I mean, I did lose by submission, you know, but plain and simple, I know I got to work on that, but at the same time, I want to put on a show.
All right, Darren DC Chris, anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
I want to take a shout out to my boy Tom Knox at Elite Mixed Martial Arts, my head jiu-jitsu coach from Visalia. Shout out to all my friends and family out there. And a shout out to my school back in Huntington Beach, Clever Luciano and Rafael Corderas Fight Center. Thanks for everything. And to my boy Angel, you know what I'm saying? That title was yours, dog. You know what I'm saying? And to everybody else out there, man, thanks for the appreciation. I appreciate everybody, you know, supporting me and doing what I do to make a living for my family.
All right,
and my MySpace page is MySpace/DC559. Holla at your boy.
Absolutely. Very exciting local upcoming fighter. Check him out. DC Darren Chris.